Welcome to Roman numerals, where we take Arabic numbers and turn them into Roman numerals. So, the last set of notes we went at, we looked at the Roman numerals and the Arabic definition and the way they are. 1/2 is SS, 1 is I, 5 is V, 10 is X, 50 is L, 100 is C, 500 D, and 1000 is M. Or 50 lovely cats drink milk, remember in those last little sets there. So we're going to take that information, and what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some kind of basic ones and see how they pull together, because they'll get a little more interesting at the end. So we're looking at 17. Now, when we're looking at 17, we need to take all those numbers from the previous page and add them up to here. It's not as easy as 20 minus 3, because 20 minus 3 puts 3 i's together, and that doesn't work out. So 20 minus 3 is a no-go. We've got to add up to 17. So 17, the largest number less than it's 10. So we got 10. Well, the next number is a 5. So the next number after that, that's 15. We've got 1 plus 1, right? Because we can have two numbers after, we can't have two numbers before. So then a quick sheet off of the last one, we got x is 10, v is 5, and then we have I. So let's look at this now. We need 1700. Well, what did we do? We took 10 plus 5 plus 2. So we got to do the same thing here. We've got to take 1000. We got to take that 1000 of M. Then we need to go through and add that 500, which is D. Now we've got to go through and add two more 100s, which is C. So we took the 1000 plus the 500 plus the 10 plus the 10. See the difference here now? Or the 100 and the 100. So if you're confused later on of how to add these larger ones, because it's 1700, how do I make it any different? Think back just to 17. 10, 5, 1, 1, add two zeros, add two zeros, add two zeros. So let's try this with 19. 19 is 10 plus 5 plus 4. We can't have 4 ones. We don't want another 4. We can't go through and do that. We can't have that separated there. So what do? We take 10 plus 10, but we could go 1 less. We could do this 10 minus 1. So how do we get 10 minus 1? Well, we have x is 10. Another x is 10. How do we minus 1? We put the smaller number to the left of that. So we put that I in the middle. So that x gives us that 19. So then 1900. Well, we need to do the same thing. We need to get 20 and then subtract 1 because it's 1 away from it. So we've got to get the 1000, which is M. You got to get the next 1000, which is M. So right there we have 2000. We need to take 100 away. That's C. MCM, 1900. Alright, so we're looking at 26. How do we get a 26? We take a 10 plus a 10. That's 20. Now we can add 5 to get us a 25. We can either be 1 above or 2 below. Well, we can add that 1 more. That's fine. We can add up to 3 that way. So we have X, V, I. X, V, I. So now 2600. 2600 would be 2000. So we've got M. Now we need to add 500 into there. Got to add 500, which would be D. Then we've got to add one more 100, which is looking like our C. So we had 1000 plus 1000 plus 500 plus 100. And then the last one, we got 32. So we got to get 32. So we've got to put X is 30, then I is 32. So if we want 3200, well, what do we need? We need 3 1000s. We need M, and now we need 200. So 200 is C. So let's see if we get a little more interesting on the next one. 27. 10 plus 5. We're getting larger. We're getting closer. Now we got to make sure we add 2. Can we add 2? Yeah, we can go 2 to the right. That's fine. So that 10 is X, V, I. So we need 14. So we need 14, which is 10 plus, well, we can't add 4. There's no such thing as 4 in the Roman numerals. So we got to take that 5 and minus 1. So 10 is X. 5 is V, and then we need to subtract 1, so that goes to the left is subtract. Always looking to those left first. So we look at 56. Well, what's the closest number we got to 56? Let's start at 50 with L. So we got 50. Then we got to add 5. And then, yep, add 1. We could do one more there. So we got to add 5. What is 5? 5 is V. And we got an I. So L, V, I. So let's take a look at the next set. We got 2007. So we need 2000. That's M. That's M. How do we get 7? 7 is 5 plus 2. 2 is a good number. We could do 2 after it. So 5 is our nice looking V. And then we got I. 450. 450. We can't have 4 I's. We can't have well, not 4 I's with the 100s, but we can't have 4 C's. So that means we need to go 500. See, there's no such thing as 4's. Minus 100. So we need 500 minus 400. So what is 500 minus 400? Well, 500 is D. And we want to subtract, we put it over to the left, so it's C. So CD is 400. Now we need 50. What is 50? Well, 50 we're telling us on the first page is L. So CDL, 450. Now we need 1965. 1965, which means we need to get 1000. Now, if we go with 500 plus 4, we can't do a 4. No 4 is allowed. So we've got to take and get to 1900 just like we got to 19 before. So we had to take 20 minus 1. So we got to take that other 1000, subtract that from there. MCM we saw before was 1900. Now we need 65. 65, well, that's 50 plus 10 plus 5. So we've got our MCM. Now 50 gives us L. 10, which is X, and then 5, which is V. So 1965, MCMLXV. Now the last one, 76. We've got 50 plus 10, right? There's no 30, but we got that. We got that plus the 5 plus the 1. So we take a quick look at our different things. 50 is L, X is 10, V, I. 64. 50 plus 10 plus 4. There's no such thing as a 4. 4 means you have to subtract. So we've got to get 1 minus that 5. So we're looking again. 50 is L. X is 10. We've got 1 is I. And then 5 is V. So the last one we've got now. 1967. We looked at 19 a few times, right? 19 is MCM because we can't have 500 plus 400. 400's a no-go. 400 means subtract. Now we need 67. Well, 60 comes from what? 60 comes from 50 plus 10. So we've got CL. 50 being, oops, let me see. Did I just move that one around? I think I did. Let me write it down. I've got 50 plus 10. So 50 plus 10, well, 50 is L and 10 is X. So we got L, X. And then we need 7. 5 plus 2. 2's are fine. So we got V, I. So we'll bring down this MCM for my mistake. And therefore, 1967, MCM, L, X, V, I. Yes, Roman numerals are complicated, but it's something we got to learn and something we got to work with.